Dear students, in this lecture, we are going to have a look at practice set 2 of time, speed and distance. So in this section, we have chosen the difficult or the you can say the best of the best questions from the topic time, speed and distance that have been asked over these years. So these questions do not involve any higher concepts, but these questions will help you understand the application of the basic most relation between these three elements, time, speed and distance. But the question in themselves are really interesting and some of the best questions that have been seen over the years. So let's have a look at these questions. So here's the first one. The distance from A to B is 60 kilometers. Parth and Narayan start from A at the same time and move towards B. Parth takes 4 hours more than Narayan to reach B. Moreover, Parth reaches the midpoint of A and B 2 hours before Narayan reaches B. The speed of Parth in kilometers per hour is equal to what? So it's a very good question. Let's understand what are the key facts given in the question. What are the key facts? So two individuals, Parth and Narayan, are mentioned here. Two places A and B which are at a gap or at a distance of 60 kilometer. The other key fact is both these runners, they have started to run at the same time. So let's understand this with the help of the diagram. So this is A, this is B, and this total gap is 60 kilometers. Now what else is given? Parth and Narayan. So these two start at the same time. So let's call Parth as P and Narayan as N. So as per the question, Parth takes 4 hours more than Narayan to reach B. So who is a faster runner? So Narayan is a faster or a better runner. Parth takes 4 hours more than him. The other fact that is given here is that Parth reaches the midpoint 2 hours before Narayan reaches B. Now this is a crucial fact. So as per the question, when Narayan is 2 hours about to reach the finishing line, because as per the question, when Narayan is here, that means he is going to take 2 more hours to reach from this point to the finishing line. So at this juncture, Parth is here. Parth is here. That means in the next 2 hours, in coming 2 hours, Narayan is going to reach the finishing line. And as per the question, Parth takes 4 more hours to complete the journey or complete the race. So Parth reaches the finishing line 4 hours after Narayan does. So now understand this scenario. Narayan is here. Parth is exactly at the midpoint, because as per the question, when Narayan was 2 hours away from the finishing line, Parth had reached the midpoint. So in the next 2 hours, Narayan would be here, and 4 hours after that means after Narayan reaches the finishing line, 4 more hours after that, Parth is going to reach. So you can say that Parth will be taking how many more hours? Will be taking 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6 more hours to reach the finishing line. Now the total distance is 60 kilometers. He is already at midpoint. That means the remaining distance is 30 kilometers. So as per the data, Parth is going to cover the remaining distance of 30 kilometers in 6 hours. So therefore, Parth's speed you can calculate as distance 30 kilometers. So to cover this distance, he is gonna take 6 hours. So this comes out to be equal to 5 kilometers per hour. So final answer 5 kilometers per hour. Now let's see the next question. Arjun travels from A to B, which is a distance of 200 kilometers at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. At the same time, Rakesh starts from a point B at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour along a road which is perpendicular to AB. Find the time in which Arjun and Rakesh will be closer to each other. So what is the crucial information? The distance is between A and B is 200 kilometers. Arjun is traveling at a speed of 40 kmph, whereas Rakesh is traveling at a speed of 20 kmph. Now let's understand this with the help of a diagram. So here is a guy named Arjun. So he is traveling at a speed of 40 kmph. There is another guy, Rakesh, who starts in this direction, perpendicular direction. That means Arjun is going in this direction, whereas Rakesh is going in this perpendicular direction. And the initial or the distance between A and B was 200 kilometers. The question is, after how much hours or after what time will they be closest to each other? Now, what is the real meaning of the question? Please understand, since Arjun is traveling along this route, along AB, so after some time he will be seen somewhere here. Rakesh will be seen somewhere here on this line. So this is the distance between them. So this will be the distance between them. Now the question is, this distance will be least after how many hours? So this is what you have to calculate. So let's suppose this happens after T hours. So let's suppose that the answer is after T hours. So let's understand what happened in those T hours. So let me call this point as X and this point as Y. So in T hours, Arjun must have traveled 40 T because his speed is 40 and time is T hours. So you can say that XB will be equal to 200 minus 40 T. Rakesh is traveling at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So in T hours, he must have traveled 20 T. So you can say that By is equal to 20 T. So you have to calculate what is the least when will. So the actual calculation wants us to calculate that when will XY become least distant. Least. So you can see this is perpendicular. So if this is perpendicular, you can apply Pythagoras theorem, and as per Pythagoras theorem you can say that xy square is equal to xb square plus by square. So this can be written as 200 minus 40t whole square plus 20t whole square. Question is, when will xy become least? So xy will become least when xy square will become least. So instead of answering this, you can answer this also, that when will xy square become the least. So let's solve this. So xy square is equal to 200 minus 2ab. So 8000 t plus 1600 t square plus 20t whole square is equal to what? 400 t square. So this is 2ab, so this will be 1600 t. So the question is, for what value of t, because this expression is in terms of t, so you have to understand that for what value of t will this become least. So let's see, for what value of t will this become least. So if you solve this, this comes out to be equal to 2000 t square minus 1600 t plus 200. Now this is a constant. This is a constant So you have to bother about only the variable part, that when will this become least, when will this part become least. So we are concerned that when will 2000 t square 2000 t square minus 16,000 t is least. So this is what we have to effectively solve. When will this become least? So let's differentiate. Since the expression is in terms of t, so you have to differentiate this with respect to t. So 2000 t square, if you differentiate, this is equal to 4000 t minus 16,000. So from here, this should be equal to 0. If you want this to be minimum, you have to equate this to be equal to 0. So from here, you can see that t is equal to 16,000 upon 4,000. So this comes out to be equal to 4 hours. One can use 3 different transports which move at 10, 20 and 30 kilometers per hour. To reach from A to B, Amal took each mode of transport 1/3 of his total journey time, while Vimal took each mode of transport 1/3 of the total distance. The percentage by which Vimal's travel time exceed Amal's travel time is nearest to what? Now two individuals are trying to cover the same distance. So let the two endpoints be A and B. So but these two are behaving in two different manners. So look at how Amal is covering this distance. Amal took each mode of transport 1/3 of his total journey time. Total journey time, 1/3 of its total journey time. So you can assume, let's assume Amal took 3t hours. Why 3t? Why not t? Because it is written here 1/3 of his total journey time. So you choose such a value which can be broken into 1/3, 1/3 and 1/3. So that's why choose some convenient value. So here you can conveniently choose the total time to be equal to t. So as per this scenario, he traveled for all the 3 modes for exactly t hours. So t hours for first mode, t hours for second mode and t hours for the third mode. Now what is the speed of the 3 modes of transport? 10, 20 and 30 kilometers per hour. So you can say, as per this data, total distance Amal traveled. So what was the total distance he traveled? He was traveling first 1/3 at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, 10 kmph. This one he was covering at a speed of 20 kmph and this one at a speed of 30 kmph. So what is the total distance he traveled? 10 is the time, 10 is the speed and t is the time. So distance is equal to speed into time. So 10t, similarly 20t and here 30t. So this comes out to be equal to 60t. In terms of t, this comes out to be equal to 60t. Now look at what Vimal has done. So Vimal took each mode of transport 1/3 of the total distance. So now total distance is 60t. So this 60t you can divide in terms of distance, 1/3 of the total distance. That means 20t and 20t. So this is how Vimal has traveled. So first 20t distance he had covered at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. The next 20t he has covered at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour, and the remaining 20t he has covered at a rate of 30 kilometers per hour. So time taken by Vimal is equal to what? 20 by 10, that is 2t, plus 20 by 20, that is t, plus 20t by 30, so that is 2 by 3t. 2 by 3t. So this comes out to be equal to 3t plus 2 by 3t, that means 3.66t, whereas Amal has taken only 3t hours. That means Vimal is taking more time. It is obvious. That's why the question asks the percentage by which Vimal's travel time exceeds Amal's travel time. So by what amount this exceeds? It exceeds by an amount of 0.66. So you can say therefore required percentage is equal to 0.66 divided by 3, because you have to compare this with Amal's speed. So 0.66 is what percent greater than 3. So this is what you have to answer. So 0.66. If you remove this decimal, you can put 2 zeros here. So near about to 22, but since this is a case of recurring decimal, so if you solve properly, this comes out to be 22.22, so approximately 22%. If you would have used proper fraction, that means 2 by 3 is what, how much more than 3, then you would have got 22.22. So 2 by 9 into 100, so 200 by 9, 22.22. Since here you are using decimal, so answered very slightly. That's why they are asking approximately. So final answer 22.22. Arun drove from home to his hostel at 60 miles per hour. While returning home, he drove halfway along the same route at a speed of 25 miles per hour and then took a bypass road which increased his driving distance by 5 miles but allowed him to drive at 50 miles per hour along this bypass road. If his return journey took 30 minutes more than his onward journey, then the total distance traveled by him is equal to what? So let's understand what is the case or what is the scenario. So there is this guy who is traveling to his hostel. The distance between the home and hostel is not given. So let this be his home and let this be his hostel, and let the distance be equal to x kilometers. So as per the question, how much time did he take to reach? So time for upward journey, that means from home to hostel. So he was traveling at a speed of 60 miles per hour. So time he must have taken is equal to x upon 60 hours. Now what has happened? While returning, that means while he was returning, he traveled half this distance on the same route. It is written here, while returning home, he drove halfway along the same route at 25 miles per hour. So this much x by 2 he covered at a rate of 25 miles per hour. And what next? So after reaching midway, he took a bypass. So by taking a bypass, his distance increased by 5 miles. So the original distance was x by 2, but since he is driving on a bypass, the distance increases by 5 miles. So you can write that this distance is x by 2 plus 5, and this distance he was covering at a speed of 50 miles per hour. So this distance was covered at this rate, 50 miles per hour. And it is said if his return journey took 30 minutes more. So time for return journey, time taken in return journey So x by 2 divided by 25 plus x by 2 plus 5 divided by 50. This is the total time it took in return journey, and this time is 30 minutes more. 30 minutes more than the time he took to reach from home to hostel. So you can say this is equal to x by 60 plus, don't write 30, this is 30 minute, whereas all these datas are in terms of hour. So convert minute into hour. So 30 minutes can be written to be equal to half an hour. So this, if you solve this equation, you will get the value of x. So let's solve this. So let's see. This side, the LCM of the denominator can be taken to be equal to 50, or this itself becomes x by 50. So no need even to take the LCM. So this is actually x by 50. So take 50 as the LCM. So x plus x by 2, that means 0.5x plus 5 is equal to, here you can take 60 as common. So x plus 30. Now this 50 and 60 zeros will get cancelled. This is equal to 1.5x plus 5 divided by 5, and this is equal to x plus 30 divided by 6. Now let's cross multiply. So 1.5x into 6. So 9x plus 30 is equal to 5x plus 150. So switch the sides of variables. So from here 4x is equal to 120. X comes out to be equal to 30 miles, because x, the distance is quoted in terms of miles. So x comes out to be equal to 30 miles. Question is, what is the total distance he has traveled on that day? So total distance. So one way distance is equal to 30 miles. So while going he covered 30 miles, whereas while returning he took a bypass. That's why he had to cover 5 more miles. So total distance, this is the total distance that he had covered on that day. So 30 plus 35. So that is equal to 65 miles. So final answer, 65 miles. Sama traveled the first half of the distance from her house to school at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, and for exactly half of the remaining time she traveled at 15 kilometers per hour and the rest of the time at 20 kilometers per hour. So find her average speed. So let's understand what is the data given in the question. So a girl is trying to go from her home to school. So let this point be her home and this be school. So as per the question, she reaches the midway. That means half the distance she has covered at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. So up till midpoint her speed was 10 kilometers per hour. So this is the midpoint, 10 kilometers per hour. The distance is not given. The distance is not given. But what is given? That once she reaches the midpoint, so after that her behavior changed. So what happened? What happened after she reached the midpoint? So after reaching the midpoint, she covered the remaining distance in two parts of equal duration. So it is said that for exactly half of the remaining time. So whatever time she took from reaching from this point to this point, let this time be equal to 2t hours. 2t hours. So as per the question, for t hours she was traveling at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, and for the next t hours she was traveling at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So this is the data that is given. Now you can calculate what is the distance of the second half, distance covered in second half. So distance covered in second half of journey, that means after she has reached the midpoint. So for t hours she was traveling at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, so 15t plus 20t, so that is equal to 35t. So in terms of t, this distance comes out to be equal to 35t. And see, this is the midpoint. If this is the midpoint, it means the first half is also equal to 35t in terms of distance. So you can say total distance is equal to what? 35t plus 35t. So that is equal to 70t. So what is the time that she took? What is the average speed? So total distance 70t, total time. So 35t she has covered at a distance of speed of 10. So 35t plus by 10 plus t by, so plus 2t, because this much she has taken 2t. So this is the total time she has taken. So 3.5t plus 2t, so that is equal to 5.5t. So what is her average speed? Average speed, total distance divided by total time. So 70t divided by 5.5t. So t and t gets cancelled. So if you remove this decimal, this comes out to be equal to 700 by 55 kmph. So you can simplify this further. Both will get cancelled by 5. So 140 by 11 kmph. And this comes out to be equal to 12.8 by 11 kmph. So 12.8 by 11 should be the answer. So yes, this is the correct option. A cyclist, after riding a certain distance, stopped for half an hour to repair his machine, after which he completes the whole journey of 40 kilometers at half speed in 7 hours. If a breakdown had occurred 10 kilometers further off, he would have done the whole journey in 6 hours. Find where the breakdown occurred and his original speed. So let's understand the scenario built in this question with the help of a diagram. So let's suppose this is the starting point A and this is the finishing point B. So as per this question, a person started from point A. He was traveling normally, but let's suppose after reaching this point, he met an accident. So this is the point where his cycle breaks down. So when his cycle breaks down, he stops for 30 minutes, for half an hour. So he gets his cycle repaired. But after the cycle is repaired, the speed of the cycle becomes half. So if the speed of the cycle becomes half, that means now it is going to take more time than it was expected. So let's suppose this is the place where accident occurred. So after this point, the cycle is traveling at a slower speed. The question says that had the accident taken 10 kilometers further, that means instead of this point, if the accident would have taken here, then it would have helped him save some time. How it would have helped him save some time? Because instead of speed getting reduced here, the speed will get reduced at this point. That means from here to here, in second case, from here to here, he would be traveling at the normal speed. So that's why in second case, he took 6 hours in total, whereas in first case, he took 7 hours in total. You can understand from the diagram that in second case is a better case, because instead of accident taking place here, accident takes place further down. So what does this mean? This difference of 1 hour, was created on this patch 1 hour, because from here to here it is same in case 1 and case 2. From here to here the speed is same in case 1 and case 2. The point of difference between case 1 and case 2 is created at this patch. So this advantage or disadvantage of 1 hour that you can see has actually been created because of this patch. So what does this mean? It means in case 1, due to slower speed, to cover 10 kilometers, the person took 1 hour more as compared to case 2. So this is what the logic says. Now let's convert this logic into mathematics. What do we know? We know that the speed was halved. So time taken must have been double. So let's say for this 10 kilometer, concentrate only on this patch. So to solve this question, you need to concentrate only on this patch of distance. So to cover 10 kilometers, in case 1, the guy takes 1 more hour. So you can say time taken to be equal to t plus 1 and t hours. So since the speed is half, so this must be double, that means 2 times of this. So let's solve, we will get the value of t. So t plus 1 is equal to 2t. So you can see t comes out to be equal to 1. T is equal to 1 hour. So under normal circumstances, from getting from here to here, he would have taken only t hours, because case 2 is the normal scenario. So this proves under normal circumstances, he would have taken only 1 hour. 1 hour is taken to cover 10 kilometers. So if 1 hour is taken to cover 10 kilometers, so his speed, therefore normal speed, is equal to what? 10 kilometers per hour, because 10 kilometer was covered in 1 hour. So this can be said to be equal to 10 kmph. Now the second part of the question, where the breakdown occurred. Where did the breakdown occur? Now let's go back to the diagram. So now we have to find the value of x. Where did the accident take place? So now understand something. He has taken a rest of 30 minutes while his cycle was getting repaired. So let's solve this using case 1. So using case 1, because case 1 is the real case. So as per the data given in case 1, what is the effective travel time? Effective travel time is not 7 hours, because in this 7 hours he had wasted half an hour. He was not traveling. So effective travel time is only 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours. So let's suppose breakdown took place here, x. So from here to here he was traveling at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, and for the remaining part his speed was halved. That means for the remaining part he covered the distance at a speed of 5 kmph. Now let's see. Since the total journey was of 40 kilometers, so if this much is x, the remaining portion must be 40 minus x. So let's see what was the total time taken in case 1. So time taken time taken in terms of x would be x by 10 plus 40 minus x by 5, and this should be equal to 6.5 hours. So 6.5. So let's solve this. So if you take 10 here, so x plus 80 minus 2x is equal to 65 by 10. So this 10 and this 10 can be cancelled. So you can see that 80, if you switch the sides of the variables, so x comes out to be equal to 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers. So the original speed is 10 kilometers per hour and the breakdown occurred at a distance of 15 kilometers from the starting point. So option A is the correct option. A man leaves home every day at a certain time to pick his son from school and drives back home at the same time every day. One day the school was over 1 hour early and the son started walking home from school. Man, unaware of this, starts from home as usual and meets his son on the way and returns home with him 30 minutes early as compared to everyday routine. If the speed of the car is 48 kilometers per hour, find the speed of his son. So really good question. So if you like, you can pause the video, give it a try on your own. So anyways, let's have a look at the meaning of the question. So let's draw the diagram first. So let's suppose this point represents the school and this point represents the house. So as per this question, son is studying in school and this is his house. So father maintains a daily routine. He knows when this school is going to get over. So he leaves his home precisely at the time so that he reaches the school exactly when the school is getting over. So he is driving a car. So he takes his car to the school, picks his son, and then comes back to his home. So a daily routine is followed. So time is fixed. When he is going to leave from his house, it is fixed. Exactly at what time he would be reaching his school, that is also fixed. So everything is fixed, routine. But what happened? One day the school was over 1 hour earlier. So one day the school was over 1 hour earlier and the son started to walk towards home. He could not inform his father. So he started to walk towards his home, whereas his father maintained the daily routine. His father was not aware that the school is over earlier. So he is following his daily routine. That means father left his house in car. He met his son somewhere in between. So let's suppose this is the meeting point. Why did he meet his son at somewhere in between? Because his son has started to walk towards his home. So his father picked him somewhere in between. I am not saying midway. See, midway means exactly at halfway point. That is not the case. Somewhere in between. So let's suppose this is the meeting point. So father went from here to here and then came back to his house. So that's why father today reached home early. Father reached home early. Why? Because father had not to cover this distance. Did not cover this distance. That's why father, when reached home, he saw in his watch and he saw that today he has come back home 30 minutes early. So if the question says that speed of the father's car is 48 kilometers per hour, what is the speed at which the son was walking? So this is the question. Now since it is given that the father manages to save 30 minutes, so if the father manages to save 30 minutes, why did he manage to save 30 minutes? Because he did not cover this journey. He did not go from meeting point to school and he did not come back from school to meeting point. So that's why, since in this case he did not cover this much distance, that's why he saved time. So you can say, since he has saved 30 minutes, so he was supposed to take 15 minutes to cover this journey. So you can say, from going from meeting point to school, father would have taken 15 minutes. So father would have taken 15 minutes. That means in the next 15 minutes, the usual routine of school getting over was supposed to take place. So let's give some value. Let's suppose usually school gets over at, let's say, x pm. So can you say that in next 15 minutes the time would have been x pm? In the watch, time would have been x pm, because father was following his everyday routine. So father met his son here. Had he not met his son, in next 15 minutes he would have reached school. That means in next 15 minutes time would be x pm. School got over at x minus 1 pm. That means the son is walking for past 45 minutes, because in next 15 minutes the usual time of school getting over will be there. So you can say son was walking for past 45 minutes. What does this mean? It means in those 45 minutes, this is the distance that son has covered. So you can say son was walking for past 45 minutes, and the same distance can be covered in a car in 15 minutes. So what does this mean? Who is walking at who travels faster? Obviously the car travels faster. So 15 and 45. So 15 is to 45 is what? 1 is to 3. 1 is to 3. That means car is traveling at thrice the speed of sun. So from here you can say speed of car is equal to 3 times sun's speed. So what is the speed of the car? 48. So 48 is equal to 3 into sun's speed. So from here, what is the speed of the sun? 48 by 3. So that is equal to 16 kilometers per hour. So final answer option B, 16 kilometers per hour. For covering a distance of p kilometer, a man takes t hours. He takes 40 minutes less if he moves 3 kilometers per hour faster. But if he moves slower by 2 kilometers per hour, he takes 40 minutes more. Then p is equal to what? So you have 4 options. So let's see what is the data given in this question. So 3 different cases. One is the normal cases. Normal circumstance. So under normal circumstance, this person covers p kilometer in t hours. So let's see all the 3 cases. So this is normal circumstance, that in t hours he was traveling at a speed of, let's suppose this is normal circumstance. So the distance is p, time taken t hours, normal speed u. Case 2 says if he increases his speed by 3, that means if his speed changes from u to u plus 3, he will take 40 minutes less. So 40 minutes, convert minute into hour, because speed and distance, everything we have assumed in terms of kilometer. So convert minutes into hour. So 40 minutes is equal to 2/3 of an hour, 2 by 3 hour. So that's why in case 2, when the speed becomes u plus 3, time becomes t minus 2 by 3. Why t minus 2 by 3? Because he is taking 40 minutes less. So earlier he was taking t hours, now he is taking 40 minutes less. 40 is equal to 2 by 3 hours. Similarly, as per case 3 means if he reduces his speed by 2 kilometers, that means his speed reduces from u, the speed becomes u minus 2, then he takes 40 minutes more. 40 minutes more means earlier he was taking t hours, now he would be taking t plus 2 by 3 hours. So based on this data, you have to calculate the value of P. So let's see. Let's equate case 1 and case 2. How can you equate? You can equate because in all the three different cases, they have covered the same distance. Distance traveled is equal to P. And what is distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. So equating 1 with 2, case 1 with 2, because in both the cases distance covered is same. So you can say now I am equating, so u into t, speed into time, so that is distance covered, ut should be equal to u plus 3 into t minus 2 by 3. So let's solve this. So ut is equal to ut plus 3t minus 2u by 3 minus 2. So ut and ut cancels. It means this should be equal to 0. This much must be equal to 0. So from here you can say that 9t minus 2u minus 6 should be equal to 0, which means 9t minus 2u should be equal to 6. Now let's equate case 1 with case 3. Equating case 1 with case 3, you can again say distance traveled is same in both the cases. So distance traveled in case 1, u into t, ut should be equal to u minus 2 into t plus 2 by 3. So let's expand the terms. Ut is equal to ut minus 2t plus 2u by 3 minus 4 by 3. Now this ut and ut cancels. It means this part is equal to 0. So from here minus 6t plus 2u minus 4 should be equal to 0. So from here you can say minus 6t plus 2u is equal to 4. So you have two equations in two variables. This is first, 9t minus 2u is equal to 6. This is second. Let's solve these two together. So let's solve this. So 9t minus 2u is equal to 6 minus 6t plus 2u is equal to 4. So if you add them up, 3t is equal to 10. T comes out to be equal to 10 by 3. So time is equal to 10 by 3. If you substitute the value of t in any of these, you will get u is equal to 12. So let's substitute. T is equal to 10 by 3. Let me substitute it here. So minus 6 into 10 by 3 plus 2u is equal to 4. So 2u is equal to 24, u is equal to 12. So now you have values for t, that is 10 by 3, and value for u, which is equal to 12. What is the original distance? U into t. Therefore distance u into t, that is 12 into 10 by 3. So this comes out to be equal to 40 kilometers. 40 kilometers. So final answer 40 kilometers.